Hi, I'm Erin in the Turo Family Test Kitchen, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about some spice mixes that we like to use in place of some of the packaged ones you can find at the store. Now, it might seem easy to just pick something like this ranch dressing packet mix off of the shelf and use it, but we run into problems when we do that. The first thing we always want to do is look at a label. Now, what's interesting about this label is it's not all just spices. One of the big things we see on here that we want to try to avoid is monosodium glutamate, often called MSG. Now, you might think, MSG, they don't put that in anything anymore. I'm not going to find it on the label in my kitchen. Well, that's not always true. It actually hides under a lot of other names, like yeast extract, pretty much anything that starts with hydrolyzed, like vegetable oil or proteins. It's also found under... Let me start again. That's okay. I'll just start. What was the yeast extract?
Are you able to take it out in the middle?
No, I'll have to do it again. But I'm not going to mess up because this is the only thing that's actually like information. Just stop it. Hi, my name's Erin, coming to you from the Turo Family Test Kitchen. Today we're going to talk a little bit about spices, and I'm going to show you a recipe to make your very own ranch spice mix. Now, you might be saying, it's probably just easier for me to go to the store and pick up a prepackaged ranch dressing mix off of the shelf. Well, that would be okay, except for some of the things hiding in the packet. Now, if you're like me, the first thing you do when you go shopping is turn anything packaged around and look at the label. Well, when I look at this label, I see something a little bit scary. MSG. Now, some of us are going to say, oh, MSG, that's not found in my kitchen cabinets. That might not be true. You might be thinking to yourself, what is MSG? Well, it's monosodium glutamate, which even though it's just labeled as an amino acid, it's actually a known neurotoxin. And what can that do for your body? It's actually linked to multiple neurological disorders and has also been found to trigger appetite, weight gain, and obesity. Not really something that we want to have just to boost the flavor of whatever we're eating. Now, when you think, oh, well, my package says MSG free, that might not be the case. They actually hide MSG under some pseudonyms and aliases that you might not think of as bad. One that comes to mind is yeast extract. You might see yeast extract on the package and say, oh, that's no big deal. Well, it's actually MSG in disguise. Another one that's coming out is barley malt. That sounds like it's perfectly fine because you put the word barley in front of it. But it's not. It's MSG, it's a neurotoxin, and you don't want it anywhere near your or your family's food. So how do we avoid MSG? Well, we make our own. We do a homemade DIY recipe. And it's really easy. Let me show you what supplies you need. First of all, you don't need any of these. Bowl, spoon, and some spices that you probably already have in your kitchen cabinet. So I'm going to go through a quick recipe, and probably in under 30 seconds here, we're going to have a ranch dressing mix that you can use to make a salad dressing that's oil-based. You can use as a rub for any meats or chickens, and you can also use to make a great dip. So here we go. We're going to start over here with parsley. I'm sure everyone has this in their cabinet. So we need 2 tablespoons or 6 teaspoons here. Thankfully, I already measured it out. Next, we're going to move on to dill. Now, in my opinion, dill and one other element on this table is what really makes a ranch dressing pop. So you're going to add 2 teaspoons to your mix. Moving right along, we've got garlic powder. Now, I know every great cook and some not so great cooks keep garlic powder handy. It's something great to spice up your meals and goes with almost every vegetable. We're going to move on to dried onion. Now, you have the option of making this a little less coarse if you want to put in an onion powder. That's 2 teaspoons there. But I like something that has a little bit more body, so we're going to put the dried onions in there. We're going to move right along to the sea salt. Now, we all know that a packet that we would get on the counter from a grocery store probably has a good bit of sodium in it. When we see sodium, we can't think it's a good salt for our body. We need to see the sea salt. and that's just 1 teaspoon. When you're using sea salt, the right kind of sea salt, you're getting a lot of minerals that your body needs. Now here's an interesting one, and this is the other important ingredient that we use for a ranch spice. This is chives. Now what I did here is I actually dried out my own chives. If you don't have something in a cabinet and you want to get something fresh, just go to your produce area, pick up one of your spices like a basil, or you could get a parsley or a chives here, lay it on your counter, let it dry for a day or two. You'll have the same thing that you do when you get it in a jar, but it'll be fresh and you'll know where it came from. You don't always have to do that, but it's something neat to try. So we put those chives in there, and then we finish off with a little bit of black ground pepper. You can grind this from a pepper mill if you have it at home, or you can just get it right out of a container already ground. And then from there, all we do is stir. And you hopefully don't slosh like I did there, but stir it up and take a look. We've got a great ranch dressing mix here. Like I said, you can make it into a salad dressing. If you want to add, you can add an oil to it, so you avoid the creams. You can rub it on chicken. You can do anything you want, really. So that's it. This dressing mix has no MSG, no neurotoxins, no added anything other than spices. And that's what we want in our kitchen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check back on our YouTube page here and on our website for more do-it-yourself ideas. We'll talk to you soon.